Well, we're live now. I still have the intro going, but that's okay. Just trying to tweet everything out and get that all here and there. But anyway, it is time. Let me turn the brightness up a little bit. It's time. Welcome in everybody for part 2 of our Dragon series. Last week we were over, well, not last week. Week prior to that, because I'm sorry, I had to had something come up. But prior to this one, we had over on Maria's channel. Let me bring that up actually. I think I have it here. We were learning how to do the wings. And I just decided to add some abs there because I just didn't want the wing. I wanted some kind of creepy body there. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Maria taught us how to do wings. And before that, we were learning how to draw the head of a dragon. We're just going all out. So today's the big kahuna. And for those that maybe, you didn't want to watch the live stream, but you did want to learn how to draw this dragon head, I do have it available as a quick tutorial here on my channel. So be sure to check it out. It's like about 4 minutes long. So it's not a problem. By the way, you can catch Maria doing art and chatting, story and chatting, and all the fun art chatness that you need over on her channel. The link is in the description box down below. Oh my. And of course, the articles, not the articles, but the stuff, the equipment, the things that you need. They should be in the description box down below. Also, hopefully you brought your pencils at the ready. Hopefully you brought your pencil sharpeners. And if I can fish it out somewhere, we need some kind of eraser. We do not need fancy equipment, but because Maria and I are just that kind of gals, we both have, look at that, matching needed erasers. We gotta do the exercises and we gotta warm them up, or at least I do. Mine needs to be warmed up. This also warms up the hands for those that don't know. It's important. It's important when you get started with your artwork, you do your little exercises. Do I always do them before I draw?
No.
I forget. I know you're supposed to. Maria, do you do that? Do you know how important and how beneficial it is? Do you know what that's like when you get started with an art project? Or are you like me and you're just like, "Oh yeah, I should have done that. Oh well."
No.
Uh,
Honestly, no.
no.
But
I
that's
should.
okay. I
But
should.
I
I
I
should,
should.
but yeah, it's kind of like when you start singing, like that.
Yes, you should be doing your and brrr and all. But we don't do that. We should, yeah,
No, we don't.
exactly. Let's get the wrists flowing. And I know we're kind of sound like we're joking around, but it is actually true, guys, that you would work better and it probably would be more healthy and beneficial to do exercises. And you probably are like, exercises for artwork, get at it, Sam. But you are a surprise, surprise. You are actually using muscles when you draw or paint or create. Um, Simple exercises would be even to honestly do your kneading eraser because there is resistance in your
Mhm.
wrist as you're trying to do this. So that's a simple exercise that you can do. Honestly, sharpening your pencil can be, especially if the lead constantly
Mhm.
breaks and you have to start over.
Oh my gosh,
And then
it's
like right in here, it gets a nice warm up for sure. But honestly, while I'm talking to the chat and saying hi, I think we're going to take the time to do just a few exercises in my corner over here. And
mhm.
all they are, chat, are just little circles. See how perfect you can make
Oh
the
my gosh.
circle. Just
Oh
I
no.
do it
Oh
real
no.
soft. Just see if
Oh
you
for
can make a perfect circle. By the way, we got DL saying good evening in chat. And then
woo!
we've got, well, Maria's in the chat, but she's also here. Woo hoo. Part 2. Isn't this actually part 3? Yeah, I guess I said part 2 because of being on my channel, but you are right. It is actually part
For
3.
3.
Thrice. Real Steven TV says How to Train Your Dragon Part 3. That is right. Smash the like button. Absolutely. Logical Spark is
Hey,
here.
Logical.
Hello. Juliet says, good evening, Dreaming Tabitha, Maria, and
Hello.
Kat. Good to have you guys here. And of course, those that be lurking, we love having you. So, yeah, you just do like little circles.
Mhm.
This is one way that we do it. You can even do squares if you so choose. A lot of people, as an exercise, will learn to make cubes. That's
Oh,
that's a
that's
whole
so fun.
other art class. But but then
It's
it's
not
like the shading, is that I'm going back to my circle because it's easier, and you just go back and forth And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is honestly, it's not about perfection. It's about just warming up your muscles. It's like basically like stretching before you run or before you do your gymnastics. And it just kind of reminds you of how to do things before you get started. In the chat, how many of you brought your pencils tonight? Are you prepped? Are you ready? Like Mrs. Artity Icky was the last time
Woo!
we
Yeah,
Yes.
baby, that was so sick.
Here we go. I've got a nice little circle over here.
I got
I'm
a
gonna
square that happened here. Hey,
I
Tara
did
Crystal. It's
I did
Tara
a
Crystal's in the
tear
house.
Tara Crystal over there. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm live over on Kick. Let me bring that window up.
Oh,
Am I
oh,
even
no
live over there
wonder.
if I don't have the window up? I am. Hi, people.
Oh, and thank you so much for everybody who subscribed to me on Kick. I have 9 followers already. Very nice of you.
Let me see. We will be able to. We will find. Is that in your link tree in your
It
description?
is. I don't know. Let me check. That's the
Okay.
beauty of just you seeing my hands because I can check out stuff. So
Absolutely. I think I forgot to change because I think I'm still quote unquote playing Assassin's Creed over on Kick. So let me change that description. Chat, we're professionals, by the way. You know.
yes, we are. We are. I promise you, we are.
Let me type in more dragons, please. All right, we're saving it over there on Kick. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Our attention's been diverted.
We have the
Anyway, deranged lunatic. Keep a pin in that question. Okay, we will be pulling a Jen Psaki and circling back. I'm feeling confident now with my square, my
Mm,
cube.
mm,
I've got some shading and all that
mm.
stuff. You need Chrysanth. She mods well. I'll deny this to her. Fantastic. I will never tell her that unless I have to. But it's good to see you, friend. Good to see you. No, it wasn't about modding. It was about I have good mods over there. I just totally forgot to change the stream info. But tonight, guys, we are going to be doing the full body of our dragon. Now, I'd like to reassure everybody again that there's really no wrong way to make a dragon. Now, especially if you are just starting out, mythical creatures are a fantastic way to get started
Mhm.
because there's a lot of opportunities for you with your creativity because dragons all look differently, especially when you look at historical documentation of different kind of dragons. You got your Asian
Mhm.
dragons, you got your Northern European dragons, your Southern European dragons, and then you've got your anime
Mhm.
dragons.
Mhm.
There's a wide variety of what a dragon can look like. But we do know that it needs to look like a lizard for the most part, most of the
Mhm.
time. And it does kind of sort of look a little bit like a dinosaur. And there are a lot of similarities between dragon anatomy and animals of this world. So just be patient with yourself as you're learning. Not all of us learned in a day, and we're all still learning. And then, of course, you've got your redneck dragons. I'm sure they're out there doing God knows what. Hey, it is West saying, "Oh, dragons! I love dragons. We
We
love
all
us some
love
dragons.
dragons. Yeah, we
We do."
do.
All
Dragons are
right.
awesome.
So once again, guys, you just need a piece of paper. I'm gonna bring up this one. Actually, let me get a sip of my coffee real quick.
I decided to use my nice paper this time. Yesterday, I was working on my
Your
dollar store
dollar
paper.
store,
Oh
yeah,
my
the dollar
god,
store.
it was driving
I
me
have to
nuts.
find that video of Liza. Have you ever seen her? I think
Oh,
I have to. Liza Koshy in the dollar store. The way she says it is so funny. Hey, she's Canadian too. Is she Canadian? I can't
oh yeah,
remember.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, probably.
You know her?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
can't remember. There's a lot of Indians on YouTube that are also Canadian. So
Most likely.
yeah. So anyway, I am using my nice paper too, but you don't got to. All right. So again, just piece
Yeah.
of paper. I am doing it long ways, also known as horizontal. And
Mhm.
I've got my
This
pencil
is
and I do
landscape.
have
Much needed pen
my kneaded
eraser.
eraser or
Yeah,
any
much
kind,
needed.
and I do have the handy dandy pencil sharpener.
I don't know where my
And that
pencil sharpener
dragon
is,
is
of
thick.
course.
All right. So,
Right.
in
I'm
the
ready.
words of Maria von Trapp, let's start at the very beginning because it's a very good place to start. Over here, I'm going to come over to my side. So, the way I taught this to the children is to think about this in thirds. And it is helpful if you want to. You can take your pencil and kind of mentally, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, divide your paper in thirds this way. So,
Mhm.
if you need to, you could even draw some really pale lines like this. I'll make mine a little darker so we can see them on camera. There we go. Again, doesn't have to be even, straight. It's all good. This just gives us a general idea.
Mhm.
You so the our first section over here, and I think my camera might be backwards, is this is our head. Yeah,
Okay.
my camera's
Head,
backwards, but that's okay. This is the head. This is the body,
body,
right? And this is going to be the tail.
tail.
Okay. So this is our different sections. The wing will kind of go across most of the
Mhm.
back two, might be even over the third one, all three.
Mhm.
It just kinda depends, but this guy gives you an idea of where everything kinda
Mhm.
sorta needs to go. So starting over here at the head, with our little practice session that we just did, I'm gonna go and draw me a circle, and I'm
How
just gonna, make it a pretty decent size. You could even say that you're dividing this into thirds this way. We won't go that far. Let's try to leave as much math out of this as possible.
we don't like math.
Yeah, it's we don't talk about math.
Mm-mm-mm.
But a nice head over here.
Okay.
Now, if you remember from our previous class, if you were here or if you watched the tutorial, when we made the head, we
Mhm.
followed this here. Let me find one.
Mhm.
Right? It's just circles within circles. Okay,
Mhm.
so we're going to follow that exact same tutorial for the head over here. Right?
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and we're going to just make our little snooty suit over here, our little mushroom cap thing that we had.
Okay.
Kinda lines up with the bottom of the circle there that we had. And again, these are just loose and flowing lines. We can adjust later on. This is to give us an idea. And it's always good to kinda start off with what you know. Again, it's kind of a warm up. It also builds some confidence.
Mhm.
So we can go ahead and do our little mushroom cap. We're gonna do our little connecting snail line here. I'll make another one here. Hope everybody's had a great week.
I'm just so happy it's Friday. Believe me.
There you go.
But I
And
am.
then oh,
Yeah. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh,
And then. And then.
and then we're gonna do the jaw. So that's another circle, slightly smaller, a little bit lower down. Here we go. And we will do the connection from the bottom there to the under portion of our little shroomy shroom.
Gonna do this a little bit here.
And again, this all will be adjusted as needed later on. But we have at least a head. It gives us the confidence. Okay, basic shapes form the structure for so many different things. And again, we can adjust things later, but at least we have a place to start. Excuse me. I'm going to quickly look at something here.
References. References are real, people.
Oh, I'm not looking at a reference. I was trying to see if I could switch over my camera. I'm not really sure why it's upside down or backwards tonight.
Well, no, it's fine.
But hey, as long as it works, right?
It's the same as mine.
Oh, for me, it is not. For me, it is completely opposite. So that's why it's throwing me
Oh.
off a little bit. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
okay. I am a left-handed person living in a right-handed world. I'm adjusting just fine because I've had to my entire life. Now, we're not going to be doing all the rest of all these circles per se just yet throughout the entire thing because as you can
Mm.
see, there's already a little bit of meat on the head, if you will. But
Ooh,
here we're
me.
just going to go from this little area here. I'm going to make another circle that we can see just in here. You don't have to do that, but I'm doing it there if you want to.
Mhm.
And we're just going to create the neck. So it's best if I just show you. And I'm going to stop at our basically the line where our body will, come to play. I can tell that mine is gonna be kind of a lower dragon, but that's again, it's okay. I don't mind. You can always change things as it is later on. All right, from there we have the nice neck. We're gonna go up and go to the next line. So if you, I always tell people it's like if kind of remember like with a horse that kind of has this like slant, even a dog that kind of goes down and goes up. But I'll go ahead and draw that for us, like so.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna go from here into the tail. Now it depends on how much space you have left. You can always readjust your tail, but I typically will just kind of go up and around like so. So now we've got kind of like this ribbon looking thing. Pretty much. It
Okay.
just kind of looks like a snake too. You could maybe imagine that this is a snake, which is a good place to start.
Okay.
A dragon without wings is a dinosaur. A dinosaur without legs is a snake. Pretty much how it works out. So this is the basics of our dragon right here. So then I'm going to go back over to the line in between our head and our body. And I'm going to try to figure out where exactly this is again where readjustments come into play. This just gives us an idea of where everything needs to go. So typically the shoulder is underneath of the head. I'm going to move mine back just a little bit. It's not going to align perfectly with my line here, but I'm just going to put a fairly decent circle where I think the shoulder should go. Again, can always readjust this as needed. Oh, let me move my keyboard.
Very interesting.
And then, again, you can always like shift things around. This is depending on how serious you want to get. But so we've got our little thing here, and I'm going to go ahead and give us an arm. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to start in the center of the circle, go backwards like this. I'll make it a nice thick line there. And then we move forwards a pretty good ways. And then we end it off with a little shoe, just like this.
I did mine a little bit too low, so mine is going to be squatting.
He's hunting. There you go. I mean, we're still, excuse me, we're still in the beginning stages. If you wanted to, Maria, you could shorten your neck and raise the ball up a little higher if you want to. It's totally
I think, no, the thing is that my head was right smack dab in the middle, so I didn't think of pushing it up.
Well, again, at the end of the day, as long as it looks like a dragon, we have done the job. Isn't that right, stunning and brave?
Woo! Yeah!
Tabitha needs food analogies, sausages and pancakes. We don't do that here.
What do you mean we don't do that? It went great with my food analogy. We had Vienna sausages and we had
It's true. There would have been none of this without,
the sausages
and the pancakes and the stuff. All right, so we're going to go over to the back here, excuse me, and following pretty much the same idea as the front leg, except we're going to reverse it. So think of a nice big hind quarter here. I'm going to use a little bit of intuition here. I'm not going to follow the lines perfectly, but I know it's thereabouts. So I'm going to move the ball over a little bit, make a nice big one as compared to the smaller one.
Okay. I'm going to give it 2 lines here just so that I can.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we're going to do, like I said, inverted. So instead of going this way, we are going to find a nice line that goes back this way. Now, the thing with the line here, I'm going to say this fairly quickly. I go through the steps really quickly so that way you can hear what I say, see what I do, and then adjust as needed. So what I am doing is making a line. Obviously, this is the femur. It goes down and we're going to come back. I want to try to make sure that when I do the back line, the rest of the leg, the tibia, is that what that is? Yeah.
I guess.
That way that the feet align, right? You don't want to have a gimp foot, right? So
I just think of sausages. Sorry.
Unless you want a gimp foot. So what I'm just saying is that where your joints are going, just make sure that when it goes back, you align your feet so that they're on the same level. Okay. We're making the skeletal structure of our dinosaur. Or right now he's our dinosaur. He's a wingless dragon. So we can see that something is coming to pass. So this, like I said, basic structure of our dragon. So now what we're going to do is figure out our wings. Okay.
Ooh.
So going back to the line between the head and the body,
Mhm.
you can kind of figure out where exactly the wing structure would be for your dragon. So I like to find, depending on, again, you have to use some intuition, but depending on where you put the joint, I don't
Mhm.
like to have the wing too far away from the shoulder, personally. It's typically
Mhm.
how I. So you could find your space somewhere around here, always possible. So what I'm gonna do, the really cool benefit of Maria having her dragon low to the ground is she could make a really epic wingspan
Oh,
because
yes.
she got all that space. So I do always like to prepare everybody that this next stage is going to look very ugly. It is going to look reminiscent of a half broken umbrella. And if that's what you create, then we are on the right path. So trust the process. Don't judge it before you put some meat on it, okay? It's going to look weird and it's not going to look pretty, okay? So just
All right.
keep that in your in the back of your mind as you
Okay.
create.
All right.
It's important. Hey, history eraser button. Good to see you over there on Kick. Be sure to hit the like button, by the way, if you haven't. All right, so ready for our broken umbrella wing. We're going to go back like so.
From the top or from the middle?
I'm sorry. From the top. Well, was starting at that little ball joint thing that I made down here. I'm going
Okay.
backwards. Yes, backwards, upwards. Nice little slant.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. And then I'm gonna come this way, towards the head. Another line. And again, all this we do the bare bones so we can adjust later as needed. My
Mhm.
skeleton is gorgeous, says Megatron. Well, I do think so. This is where we get to determine how far open the wings are spread. So I will start here and I will end. Usually I end a little bit where the tail starts. But again, we can kind of just use our imagination. Now, how far up you go is up to you because that will determine like how wide the wings are. But I usually like to have a pretty decent span here. I'm gonna make a nice little rainbow bridge here. There we go.
I do like me some big wings.
Oh yes. Everyone knows that dragons are made of furry magic and broken umbrellas. Thank you, history eraser button. I knew you knew what I was talking about. Wes says mine looks like a handicapped dachshund. Good. Good. Are you looking at mine? I mean, does mine look incredible? No. Okay. You're doing a great job, Wes. I can see it. All right, so we've got our broken umbrella. From there, we're gonna go back where we got the basics. Now we're gonna go back to this little corner up on the top part of the wing. Okay.
Got
The
it.
Dizzy channel followed us over on Kick. Thank you. All right. And now we're going to make, I don't know what the fancy terms are. I don't know if they're like the phalanges. When we made Maria's wing, let me just go back here. Maria, maybe
Mhm.
you know what we're going to be making these sections right here.
Those are the fingers.
Okay. I'm going to be
Okay.
fancy and call them the phalanges.
Fine.
They're the phalanges.
I just call them little Vienna sausages.
Well, we're not making sausages just yet. Calm yourself.
Oh,
The
sorry.
barbecue starts in a little while, okay? Like,
Okay.
gotta turn the heat
Okay.
up first. um, so we're gonna start here. Now we're gonna curve and come around, and when we do, we want to fall a little shorter than this
Mhm.
line.
Mhm.
Let me demonstrate.
Mhm.
Like so. So we can see here. There's a little bit of an angle. Let me darken it up so we can see that. It kind of falls at an angle, right? Now, depending on how big your wing is, you
Mhm.
will have to accommodate for how many of the phalanges you would like. If you have them
Mhm.
really tight together, you can have an abundance of them. I typically will have 3 to 4 depending. So again, there's no wrong way.
Mhm.
So let me go ahead and go back to this corner. I'm going to make another one fall a little bit short from this one.
I'm gonna stick to 3 because if not, I'm not gonna have space for my tail.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect example of adjusting accordingly. And then I'm going to go to this little guy here, the corner that we first started off in our wing. And I'm going to do another curve like this. If you're able to, you can do that as well. And then it falls a little shorter than this one. So we've got this nice angle going here.
Okay.
And you maybe now could see what I mean when I say it looks kind of like a broken umbrella. By the way, I kind of forgot to switch my screen, so maybe that would make it a little
Aww.
easier.
We had a beauty in our midst. In big.
You mean your dragon looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Stop.
Stop. Hey, it's Emily Kruger saying, "Hail, hail to you too. Happy Friday. Fridays are for dragons. All right. Do you think dragons tasted like chicken? Obviously. All right. So you see, we've got our broken umbrella wing. This is everything that you need to get started with drawing your dragon. From here, this is where you add a lot of like the flesh, and then you'll eventually get to your details. Yeah, details. Yeah, you've got a lot going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the wings here so we can maybe see, oh, it's coming together. Nobody wants a broken umbrella on their back. So starting over here at the top of my wing, just like Maria taught us, we're going to come in and curve and come in and curve and just connect these things like so. Let me take a sip of my Canadian Bear coffee.
Oh, yeah. That's always good. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Your accent is thick tonight. I know. I just got a mug warmer too, and that's keeping the coffee hot. Much appreciated. A little dangerous too, but it's like, hot coffee all the time? Yes, please. All right. So then what we're going to do as well is take this little section here. And we're going to, because this is not strong enough to support this wingspan, obviously. So we're just going to come back and curve down onto the spine like this, which don't worry. I know that kind of looks like a Da Vinci kind of creation. We're going to go bend onto the other side and curve in here, making this look a lot more believable as a functional wing.
Got it.
Hopefully we like what we have so far. That is a nice wing right there. Oh, Maria's looks amazing. Look at that. That's a nice one. Nice. That's a nice wing. Okay. And then we go back to the beginning. Okay. To our head here. This is, again, where you're going to use some intuition. Does your dragon have a thick neck? Does it have a skinny neck? We do want to remember that dragons, much like a lot of the slinky reptile creatures, they are very smooth, very curvy, I should say. Very curvy, right? You know, in a sense, there's a lot of the female inspiration there with the curves and the nice soft edges. So I'm coming under the head here, and you can start off small, right? I might make my neck super skinny. I'm going to come down a nice little curve here, and then it's going to get wider because we need rib cage, right? There needs to be a rib cage. If you ever again looked at a dog or a cat, you'll notice they have a nice rib cage, and then it goes a little more narrow at the waistline. So a little bit wider here for the rib cage. And then it goes in up here. Now, this is really skinny.
Oh, mine is.
We're experimenting. And if you've ever seen How to Train Your Dragon, it's fun because, well, it's a super fun movie, but it's great because you get to see the variety of dragons that they have created. And a lot of them have fat bellies and skinny necks. Some of them have no necks and just big fat bellies. It's sky's the limit, you know? So yeah, I'm going to make my dragon a little thicker here. I want him to have eaten well in the last week or two. There we go. Doing these with light lines. Now mine, I'm pressing a little harder so that it translates on the camera, but here we go. And then we have a nice thick tail that will then end in a skinny design. Now the super fun part about the tip of the tail is that you can do whatever you would like. While Maria's doing what she's doing with hers, I'm going to bring this over here really quickly. A lot of tails just kind of end like this.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that. Pretty standard. I like to up the ante a little bit. And I would tell the kids when I would teach them, whatever you want. And I got a lot of creative kids. Some put flowers on the end of them, all that. It was so fun.
That's so cute.
One kid made a garden looking dragon and put the flower at the tip. One kid, Maria, I don't know, to this day, I don't know how that kid did it, but it was one of the most amazing dragons I'd ever taught. And I taught that class for 3 years, like over 100 times. They made their dragon look like a cloud.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Without even trying. It was amazing. Some of them even put 2 tails on their dragon. But you could put a ball at the end of it and maybe put spikes coming out of it
Mhm.
if you so chose. That's super cool. I usually will put a barb at the end of my tail.
I like
Like
that.
this.
Yeah.
You could even do it where it's both ways, like an arrow. That one's super fun as well. So you've got a lot of options here. You can even just do a flat one, make it like a duck-billed platypus tail. That's totally fine too. Or you could make it where it's got spikes coming out the top like this, or even on the other side like so.
Mhm.
Lots of options here for your particular dragon. Okay? But I'm going to come around here, come around the band and follow along, and we get skinnier as we go. Not too skinny. I want it to be a powerful tail, so I'm going to readjust. A little too skinny for me. I like them thick.
Oh, really?
I like them.
Beefy.
I like dragon tails like I like my men. Thick.
I got some Sean Bean.
I like them Sean Bean dragons. Hallelujah.
Preach, sister, preach.
There we go. Oh, my man, Sean Bean. Don't be talking about it. All right. So here we go. We got a nice tail. We got a body. We got a head. And then the legs. I'm going to start with the back first. Somebody mentioned before, like a chicken leg or a ham hock. Essentially, that is the shape of the leg. By the way, Juliak over there on Kick has gifted a subscription.
Nice.
Juliak, are you a typical lurker? Because I don't know that I've seen your name, and I appreciate the gift. Over here on Kick, if you gift a subscription or become a subscriber yourself, you get a custom emote. For those that are over on Kick, the Kick fam, if you want to throw in a whole variety of the different emotes that we have, please feel free to do that. And when you do that, if you gift a subscription, you get your own custom emote for 1 month. And there's a couple of people out there that get there permanently because they are, as Nomi would say, the real ones. But Juliak, I really don't know what I would do with Juliak. So give me some ideas if you don't mind. What would you like for a custom emote? Deranged Lunatics, my dragon looks invisible because I'm not drawing yet. I'm just watching. I will draw later. All right. Promise is made. Promise is kept. Okay. All right. Anyway. So I'm going to go over here. So we're just going to come back from the circle and end narrowly at the corner. Well, almost. We're going to stop shy just of the corner here, right? Let me draw and then go a little bit past this corner because we need a knee. This is a little different than a sausage. It is like a chicken leg. It really is. I've been on YouTube and here. Oh, are you Julia over here? Well, give me some ideas. What can I do for you, friend? All right. And then we're going to do a nice skinny, delicate ankle because that's how it works. Yeah. And then you would use Maria's sausage vibes because you do want some roundness there, but it will end like that. Maria really loves sausages. Maria seems to always be hungry whenever we do these. All right. And then for a simple foot, I just like to come out like this, nice line, and then downwards. Just keeping it simple for now. You can always make this fancy. And then we connect those lines. We need a good, as my mom would always say, you need a really good, solid platform, right? It's why God gives people big feet. And I'm just going to show you how this will translate later on. If I do a nice claw here, it makes a little more sense. Right. Just, this foot's a little bit bigger than what I normally do, but that's okay. We can always shrink it. But you guys see where we're going.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
hopefully. And let me make this a little bit bigger. We want a nice ham hock here. Yes, we do. We want some Sean Bean legs going on. All right. And then you are kind of doing the same thing, just
Mhm.
reversed towards the front. Retro Collective says, I want that too now. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot of rinse and repeat. There's a lot of repetition here. So that's always helpful when learning how to draw. You'd be surprised how many formulas there are when creating anatomy for either humans or for animals. Here we go. I kind of do like a parentheses here that goes this way, like Maria was saying with her sausages. So for you don't know, sausages are kind of shaped, you know, kind of like this. That
Like
was
a
just supposed to be
sausage.
the little sausage right there. And so I also just call it like parentheses is the same kind of idea. I love the fact that God allows a lot of things in life just to look the same so we can use them as references.
Here
But
too.
yeah, to give it a little meat, and I'm gonna do the same thing here where I come down, do a slight angle, come back, and we're gonna do
It could. I mean, I was gonna say, uh, the sausages was taken from my favorite art show back in the day called Art Attack with Neil Bugaran.
we've talked about that, haven't we?
Yes,
And
and
I
I'm
tried to
surprised.
tell you about Pappy Druitt, and you didn't know about Pappy.
No, I did not. But
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm surprised because Disney did buy the rights for Art Attack.
Well, obviously, we just didn't cut the mustard. Retro Collective has gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you, Retro. And
Nice.
Brett over here says, hi, Tabitha. Hi, Brett. Mrs. R2 says, hi, ladies in chat. I thought it started later. I'm out getting dinner. I will have to catch up when I get home. Where are your priorities? Look at you feeding your family instead of drawing dragons. Mrs. R2, I want to say I'm disappointed, but then that would make me look bad. So. No, it's all good. And JM the Elite fan says, good evening, ladies. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
All right. So we've got a pretty good looking dragon here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is go back to the face. And now that we have everything in place, and I say that
Mhm,
loosely, we have the form of our dragon.
mhm,
Now is where we go in and we just put whatever the details are that we want.
mhm.
I am going to fix the face.
I
Um,
am too gonna fix the face.
I'm gonna put some ears and things like that. Again, so if I bring back my original concept, so you can see that there are slight differences, but you notice the feet and everything, pretty much the same. And I probably, if I would go back, I'd make this leg here, this little section a little bit thicker to fill in that spot. You live, you laugh, you learn. But hi, Maria, beautiful as ever. Out, Maria has beautiful
Aw.
hands. Look at
Aw,
that.
thank you.
Um, Okay, well, Megatron, all I'm reading are excuses. Like, we had this plan for like a month. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just kidding. By the way, over on my Patreon, I do have a free section for our basically, it's almost like an art
Mhm,
club where you can share your artwork. Specifically, I'd love to see your dragons and things that you've created from
mhm.
tutorials with Maria and I. And several people already have done that, even 3D models. So if you want to go
Nice.
over to my Patreon and be a part of that and check it out, like I said, absolutely free. You can go over there. It's supposed to be a fun and safe environment where artists or budding artists can share their artwork. We do not, the rules simply are we do not criticize your artwork unless you ask for a critique. Unless you ask for us and our opinions, you're just not allowed to share that. We are meant to encourage and inspire. Most of us know where we've gone wrong in our art. Like I just
Mhm,
showed you right here, I went wrong right here and I fixed it. I didn't need to ask anybody. I just looked at it and figured it out for myself.
mhm,
So unless you ask, then please do not critique other people's artwork. We're there to encourage aspiring people or people that maybe haven't done it in a long time. So again,
mhm.
over there on my Patreon, the link is in the description box down below. It's for free. The other rules are don't post anything provocative or slanderous. That's not what that's for. And you will be kicked out if you do anything like that and break the rules. I don't have time for games and nonsense like that over there. Please don't.
Hmm.
Please don't ruin it for everybody. All it takes is just one person to ruin the
It's
fun
true.
for everybody. And
It's true.
we don't need that over there. And also I'd like to just let you know that I do not live over on my Patreon. So please do not use the free art club chat section as your personal diary. Okay. Take it to your mama, take it to Jesus. Okay. Go outside and make a friend with your neighbor if you have problems. We will pray for you, but I don't live there. So don't expect me. Don't treat it like a DM. Okay. Come on. Come on, people. Okay. Anyway, back to so I can't make fun. No, you can't, Retro. Hey, you make your drawing and you post it, and then you see if you're willing to make fun of other people. Unless you were talking about something else and totally disregard what I just said. All right, I'm gonna go in and fix the head here. I can already tell where I would like to add some changes.
Hmm.
I'm gonna because the neck and everything is so skinny. I think it'd be beneficial if I skinny up my dragon just a wee bit.
Hmm.
And I am gonna do a little bit harsher lines. Now, a lot of times professionals will use blue or red
Hmm.
pencils very lightly to put everything, and then they will go over it with stronger lines, and then they will ink everything. Because this graphite can be difficult to unsee, you know. I don't mind if you make fun of my art. I suck. Well, the only reason a person sucks at art is because they have decided not to get better and practice. It all takes practice, practice. Perhaps someday I will post them in there. Sure, sure, sure. We would love to see it. I'm sure you're better than you realize. And a lot of times you can find encouragement in places like that because you, I say you, but in general, we tend to focus on our shortcomings more than what other people do.
Hmm.
It's just a fact of life. Typically, like even with your appearance, like with females, we might be like, oh, I can't stand the fact that I have a wrinkle here on my face somewhere, or even acne or something like that. And most of the time, people just don't see that unless it's something that's glaring. Like unless you've got like acne-ridden face, and
Oh gosh.
I hate that for you if you do. But unless you do, most people don't notice. Especially if you're just a nice person. You know, if you're a nice person, most of the time your problems people don't see. Hey, it's Staccato DDS, and he has gifted 10 Dreaming Tabitha memberships. He has decided to change. Well, you know what? Today is Friday, so he's just decided he wants to see the waiter be hit by the demon.
Let's dance like dinosaurs.
Oh, now I'm stuck in my brain.
Now, yes, Staccato DDS is like, we have not heard that song in a long time. Do it now. Oh, thank you so much for your generosity, Staccato DDS. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well. I know I haven't been streaming as much as I kind of sort of was beforehand. A lot of stuff happening, but I just finished up my Snow White coloring page thing, and I will be releasing that to the members as well. Some more coloring pages coming to you soon. But I appreciate you guys. Staccato DDS is now part of the top 10 people in the chat. Sending in Brave Megatron with a member message for 2 months says, dinosaurs! My niece used to say dinosaur rays. She made it sound fancy, like it was French or something like that. So I still to this day will be like, it's a dinosaur ray. Dinosaur rays. The animators at Disney are amazing artists. I only wish I had their skills. Well, the thing is that skills have to be earned.
They have to be
Those
honed.
people over there at Disney didn't get that way by not drawing. So it's just how it is, you know. Tony Hawk didn't become a professional skateboarder by not skateboarding. So, my time is always limited, hence why I don't stream much. I hear you, Retro. I hear you.
Oh
Hey,
gosh, yes.
you're doing
I
important
know how
things.
you feel. I know exactly how you feel, Retro. Believe me.
You're doing important things over there, Retro. Don't worry. Maria, not so much. But, you know.
How do you know?
I don't know. She answers phones or something. I don't know. Some silly nonsense. I don't have time for phone answering. Ugh, let Maria do it. Uh, well, obviously, if Maria doesn't answer the phones, then nobody else will. So, I guess it's important. Guess it's important. Man, my dinosaur has a big cranium. We're gonna shift things around here.
I want to do mine like I did the one last time. And so I'm just referencing what I have up here.
Oh no, says Wes. I just realized my dragon kind of looks like Donkey's baby mama from Shrek. That's great. That's a dragon, right?
It's a great dragon.
It's a great dragon. What are you talking about? What a great happy little accident there. My dragon is kind of looking like a duck. So what are you gonna do? I think I might need to. You know what? I'm gonna leave it the way it is. We're cleaning up. I usually do like a little bit of a beak on mine, so that might be the reason. I'm not getting rid of a lot of my lines just yet. Just still playing around with things, but having fun with it. EB in the chat says, thanks, Staccato DDS, for the membership. Watch Disney artist tutorials if that's the style you want to learn. Disney has a few tutorials that show classic how to draw the classic Disney princesses and stuff. You should also check out the art of Aaron Blaze. He was an animator for a lot of Disney films like Aladdin and many others. And he has online classes that you can purchase that never expire, but he also has a lot of videos on his art channel, and he'll do live art streams, kind of like what I do here, but he's like been a professional for 40 years. So
Nice.
it's amazing. And he has his own brand new animation, Snow Bear, coming out soon. It's a short animated movie about a polar bear who is looking for a friend. And of course, it got me in the feels.
Aww.
From what little I've seen, since it's not fully released yet. I'm going to change a little bit of the features of this dragon compared to the one that I did before, but still sticking to a lot of the stuff, just to show you guys all the variety of what can be done. How's it going, Maria?
Sort of.
That's not what the teacher wants to hear, okay?
Maybe. Kind of.
Ooh, this is like I don't know, what is this? Like a camel dragon. This is cool. Snow bear, any relation to the Canadian bear? Don't know.
Oh yeah. No. Canadian bears, oh yeah. No, yeah.
Where is this with this accent today? She's really stepping up, man. All right, we're gonna do some spice.
Is it your Canadian neighbor here?
Our friendly Canadian neighbor. Our neighbor to the north. Some people refer to Canada as the Mexico of the North. What say you?
Yeah, no, yeah.
She's
No,
like,
oh yeah, no.
are you, and let me ask you something, Maria.
Yeah.
Are you able to do like a Canadian, Hispanic Canadian accent? What does that say?
That's actually, I don't think so. Oh.
I've asked my mom to say certain.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Her to say certain things with accents, and she gets so mad at me. So, like, I'll ask her because there's a lot of German words and stuff like that, and sometimes she'll still have the accent, and I'll just pause her, and I'm like, "Now say it in American." And she'll just like her brain like freezes for a second because you get used to saying something a certain way for so long. It's like, what do you mean? It's like that Jennifer Lawrence meme. What do you mean? What do you mean? And it'll take her a second. She's really got to think about it. Like, let's just say, I don't know, ice cream. Let's just say that's a word she struggles with. It's not, but hypothetical. Yeah. And she'll have to sit there and like really. It's almost like it's forcing it to come out. She'll be like, ice cream. And then, of course, because I'm an ornery stink, I get such a kick out of it. I continue to ask questions, and then she throws something at me and says, "Stop it! I'm not doing it anymore." I love asking my German relatives to say things with American accents. Sometimes I'll get on their case because they don't say my name correctly.
Okay.
Because in German they don't do th.
Oh, really?
In fact, it makes them upset when they try to speak English, because to them it's like they're spitting. Like you Americans, you spit this and the and like they're like they really really over enunciate and exaggerate the use of the th sound if they really try to use th. So yeah, so I'll tease him and be like, like my aunt, I'll be like, "You're not really saying my name right." And she'll look, "Oh, excuse me, Tabitha." And it's like they're insulting you. Yeah. So funny. And what the flickety flip flap staccato DDS says, you know what? I
Woo!
need to let everybody know that I will always be the top 10 person.
Stomp, stomp, roar, roar. Let's dance like dinosaurs. Stomp, stomp, roar.
And he's also
I want to be your favorite.
one of God's favorites. Everybody in the chat is special, but some more than others
Are not.
Thank you, Staccato. Freddie, what's up? Said OMG, a perfect time for a gifty. Top 20. That's right. In my country, says Wes, everyone ignores the TH and pronounces it like T. In Germany, they pronounce it like a Z. So if they do try to say my name, they call me Tabitha. But most of the time, they just call me by my German name. So just easier, So I kind of have like two names that I grew up with. History Eraser Button says some animals are more equal than others, Tabitha. Okay, for a second I had to think about that. I'm not ashamed to say, kind of had to think about that one for a second. Thank you, History, for that lesson there. All right, I'm just putting some little spikies, some little embellishments on my dragon. If you do put the spikies on, make sure you don't go through the wing because that would not make sense. Freddie says, "Good afternoon, night, evening, Dreaming Tabitha Live, and the precious
Oh, stop.
Maria."
Stop.
So how do you say Tabitha in German? I don't want to tell you guys because then you're going to start calling me that. And,
Tabitha.
I don't,
Tabitha.
No. It starts with a T and there is a B in it, but it doesn't sound very much like Tabitha. I'm not giving the secrets away for, well, I was going to say for free, but I'm just not giving the secrets away. All right. I don't know that I need spikes all the way down the tail. You can totally do that if you want to. Megatron says, "All right, too tired to draw a transformer. Gonna sketch a Bowser. You could draw a dragon." Oh,
What about Transformer Dragon?
Bowser counts as a dragon, right? I don't know. Does he? Is he a dragon? I guess so. He breathes
I-
fire and he looks like a dinosaur, but he's got
I
a
assume
turtle
so.
shell on.
I assume so.
Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out with Maria and I as we're
Woo!
teaching you how to draw a dragon. We've already done the bare bones of our dragon, so now we're just kind of cleaning things up, figuring out where we want it to go, and then adding embellishments. So mine is quite a lengthy dragon. If I were doing this digitally, I probably would just shorten, like just liquefy and shorten the torso a little bit. But I don't have, I'd have to start all the way over, which is not a problem. And that is typically what artists do. We figure if we were going to do this for a very long time, like I was really going to invest myself into this creation, I would start over in a lot of different ways. But I just want to show you guys that even if it doesn't go according to plan, it doesn't mean it looks bad, right? That's just how it is. Just because it doesn't go according to plan, as in anything with life, doesn't mean that it's turning out wrong. Doesn't mean that it's turning out bad or that it will end badly. And there's always something to be learned throughout this process. Hey, it is Yo Pop saying lengthy. Fine, I'll give him dragon wings. Thank you. Okay, a little respect. All right. Bowser is an overgrown turtle with spikes. Is he really a turtle?
Oh,
Is he
see,
really a turtle? He doesn't have the
I
face
think
of a
so.
turtle.
I
He
think
doesn't-
so.
Turtles, they don't have faces like that.
Well, it does have a turtle shell.
He
So-
does. So is he just a turtle sore? Or a taggin? Maybe a drurtle. He is a drurtle. We like to make our words up here on Dreaming Tabitha. He is a drurtle. I have, as it is written, so let it be done. Etc. etc. All right, I pretty much am happy with how this goes. I'm going to show you guys some of the little embellishments. I'm going to put, I want to make him a first dragon, so we're going to put a couple of extra spikes. I like to do that here on the wings as well, like the phalanges. They get their spikies,
Mm-hmm.
so that way he can do, quick wing attack. There we go. And now I'm going to clean him up. I do already have kind of his belly going on that was it just kind of happy accident worked out the way I originally sketched it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, his belly gets a little bit wider at the rib cage. And I just do little lines to indicate scales. It's simple. You don't need a lot of fancy stuff, especially when you're first getting started. But yeah, now I'm going to clean up. Now, EB, does it sound like Tabata? No, we're not Tabata. No.
Dr. Google.
Dragon in Chinese mythology is called a Bixie or a Bikesy or a
A
Bike.
what?
I don't know. Yep.
I have no idea.
Definitely snacks are his weakness. Well, it's really more he's kind of got a skinny waistline, but he's got a good set of lungs because he breathed into fire. In the fire. So I'm just gonna go in and clean up a lot of these here lines so that way I can we'll do a better job once the ink is on there.
Once you ink it, believe me, it just makes everything better.
Goes the weasel. Oh, so backstage, Maria and I were
Yes.
having quite the conversation. Now that we've got our dragons, now we're just going to kind of chill, have some fun with the dragon. And she was asking me about Schneewittchen. That would be Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot where we left off, Maria. What were we talking about?
Okay, so we were talking about like why is Disney making all these live actions?
Yes, Maria said she had a strong opinion, a theory, if you will.
Yes. So because they're all doing live actions that nobody is asking for. Fine. I granted that Cinderella was probably one of the best live action adaptations I've ever seen. And there have been several live adaptations. You had Happily Ever After with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, my favorite. My favorite.
It's a great adaptation. But the Disney Cinderella for me was just spectacular. It's a gem of a movie, and I can watch that several times. But
saw it once and I was like, well, I'll never watch this again.
No, this one.
It wasn't bad. It just didn't. I didn't find it riveting.
So here's the thing. So chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but after 50 years, a company or a publisher, they lose the rights for a story or for a novel. It becomes public domain. So Snow White technically is it 100 years? I thought it was 50
Winnie
years.
the Pooh, just the domain became public domain, and I believe it's 100 years old. Isn't the same for Steam?
Okay.
Or is it the same? Because Steamboat Willie just got released, and that has not been 100 years. You might be right there, Maria.
So I say this because, and I asked this before, also because I'm a storyteller, and I have to be really careful with copyrights, with stories about copyrights. So I was pretty sure it was 50 years, but after the death of the author, that story becomes public domain. However, so the thing is that these stories, Snow White, Cinderella, the Disney versions, many of them are coming up to 50 years.
Oh.
So in order to keep the public to keep it from public domain, they're creating these live actions. This is my theory. Again, they're creating these live actions so that they can keep the rights of the story.
Interesting theory. Yeah, Snow White. Okay, well, here's the thing. It might actually, I don't know, Maria, because Snow White came out in 1937,
7.
which was 88 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's a possibility. She was this first Disney princess,
That's correct.
first major Disney production, if I'm not mistaken. It was a game
what-
changer.
Yeah, that's what it made him famous. Snow White is what made him famous.
Yes. Real Stephen TV says 70 years after the death of the author or 95 after publication.
There you
Okay,
go.
so okay, and because Snow White technically is public domain, isn't it? Because it was a tale of the Brothers Grimm, which by the way, I'll be having a video about that tomorrow with my own Snow White artwork. But so you know, how long has Walt Disney been gone? Well, see, but how does that work? Because Disney doesn't actually own does it actually own the domain? Because
so-
they are not originally Disney stories.
No, they're not originally Disney stories. However, the adaptation that they have, yes.
Yes.
So the adaptation with the songs and the way that Disney, you could say, sugar coated this.
Oh, for sure. You ain't just whistling Dixie.
No, he sugar coated the story of Snow White and all the rest of the stories.
Family friendly, yeah.
So that, I believe that version of the story is copyrighted by Disney.
Okay. It would make sense, Disney's adaptation. Well, okay, so somebody brings up so your theory as
That's
to
my theory.
why
Yeah.
they're making so many live action remakes is because some of these stories are becoming public domain and what
Yes.
they want to get them out as much as they can to make money off of it before they lose the rights. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Okay, somebody like Wes brings up a good point though. It says, but Lilo and Stitch isn't 50
Yes.
years, and Moana they're making a live action as well.
Yes.
So would you say it's just picking and choosing, or what does that fit into your theory at all?
It's a good question because yes, both Moana and I guess because also Moana and Lilo and Stitch are very, very popular.
I did really enjoy Moana and
Oh, both of them are great.
yeah.
They're
I like Moana more than Lilo and Stitch, but I did like Stitch. Stitch reminds me of a dog that we once had. So he had the same kind of personality, if a little bit better behaved. just a little bit. His name was Halo. He's no longer with us, poor guy. He died too young.
Aww.
Yeah. But that anyway. Okay, so well, I'm more inclined to agree with who had it here that I think it's Tara Crystal says so many remakes because Hollywood is out of ideas and afraid to take risks on
That's
a new
also true.
IP. It could be both. Freddie's asking, so Looney Tunes entered public domain. Does anyone know? I don't know.
No idea. I don't follow Looney Tunes as much, but it could be.
Could be. So interesting.
Like I said, this is just a theory.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong, but it does make me think, why are they so obsessed about doing these live action films and so close together?
That's true. They are a lot of them so close together. I do think that a lot of it. Well, I think they're banking on those what they call them the member berries, the nostalgia, because they're the thing is I don't understand because Disney did other variety of Snow White films. There was Mirror Mirror.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
was Ella Enchanted a Disney film?
So, Enchanted actually did not was not made a Disney princess afterwards.
No, not Enchanted. Ella Enchanted with Anne Hathaway.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie. See?
That one was a long time ago. That was a
Yes.
long time ago. I think the one with Brandy was a WB
Yes.
production.
And that's
So
a great movie by the way.
I remember when that came out and she was so pretty. So pretty. That was back when nobody really cared about not
Yeah.
gender swapping, but like racial swapping and stuff like that.
Oh
Like
my gosh,
Brandy was
nobody.
so beautiful as Cinderella. She's so beautiful. Anyway, nobody can change my mind on that. I will say that, watching the new Snow White film, because of the current culture that we're in, I will say that I myself get a little flustered because it's not because Snow White is a German story, right? It's because they make it about
Mhm.
race and
Yes.
color of your skin. They
Yeah.
make such a big deal about it. So for me, in retaliation, I'm like, fine. They want to say, stop whitewashing history. And I'm going to be like, fine, stop color brushing
Mhm.
our films and our stories. Snow White is was made by white Europeans about a
Yes.
white European.
Yeah.
So for them to be like, well, we need for her to represent blah blah blah. Number 1, no you don't. And secondly, make new princesses if that's the case. And and stop focusing on these trivial things. And
Mhm.
it's going to come to the point where little white girls are going to need somebody to look up to too,
It's true.
because they're color washing these things. I will die on this hill, am waiting for the most miraculous Indian princess Disney movie that's ever been made, because why wouldn't you? The music would be
So awesome.
amazing. If they could make it like Aladdin, I would cry out of happiness. I have been waiting for that type of princess for years. Please, somebody make it happen.
And you know
This
what?
white girl wants an Indian princess movie.
And so here's an interesting take. You remember when they did the Princess and the Frog, right?
Yes.
They did the Princess and the Frog because Obama got elected.
Mm.
And that's fine. I mean, that's fine with me, but it was such a great movie. Nobody thought
No.
that the Princess and the Frog is a European. No, because why? They centered it
Mhm.
in Louisiana,
Mhm.
where it's very typical to have
Yeah.
Afro Americans and Black races. And I don't want to get you blacklisted on YouTube or kick now, but
No, there's a whole variety of the Creole folk.
so it was so great, and everyone loved it. I still love it.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
great.
And
Really quickly to your point, Staccato DDS once again
what?
gifting says, I need to see more dance.
Stomp, stomp, roar, roar. Let's dance like dinosaurs. Stomp, stomp, roar, roar.
Obviously, he enjoys our conversation. Thank you, Staccato DDS, for your generosity. I don't know. I hope your whimsical teeth make you happy. I really do. No, Indian and the Frog. No, Princess and the Frog. Yeah, definitely. It is a European story that, if you will, got quote unquote color washed. Like it got race swapped, right? But they adapted it to the. I would say that is the perfect iteration of
Yes.
for modern audiences. Because I mean, yeah, like they took her. She wasn't a princess, which she's
Mhm.
supposed to be a princess, but she wasn't a princess. She was
Mhm.
a hardworking young woman who had
Mhm.
big dreams
Mhm.
and needed to learn a lesson about enjoying life and trust. And then along the way finds a wonderful man who
Mhm.
helps her with that, who also needs to, get taken down a notch because his ego's too big. And they said it, like you said, in Louisiana, where it would totally make sense because it's swampland.
Mhm.
It's perfect.
I thought it was a fantastic film.
Yeah.
One of my favorite films.
It was perfect. It was perfect. So yeah, you don't and yeah, I mean, like, I think when this again, because race wasn't as big of an issue per se, like it was starting to happen, like back in that time frame, like you were
Yes.
saying, it was starting to happen, but it wasn't on everybody's mind. So it's like,
No.
yeah, when I saw it's like, oh, it's the Princess and the Frog, my mind didn't go, but she's not
Why is it? Yeah.
it was more of like, "Oh, how interesting," you know? And it was so cool because the ideas of look, as a child of God, I do not condone voodoo.
Yeah.
However, when you look at it creatively,
Mhm.
it's pretty cool, you know, as far as like, oh, the masks are really neat and it's spooky, so you could make something kinda cool. It's kinda like looking at it like Dracula or vampires or something like that. Like, I don't condone people like actually wanting to be vampires because that's stupid. But, you know, 'cause crazy people out there. But if
There's
you take
crazy people out there.
but
Yeah.
you put it into a cartoon world and it's like it's fun because it's like dark magic. That's what
Yes.
I go through. So when I saw like that those elements in The Princess and the Frog, I was like, "That's really cool. What a great way to kinda showcase, you know,
Mhm.
that." Logic freaking dinosaur says Freddie. "I ain't quitting you." Dreaming Tabitha says DDS. Thank you. Well, staccato. Logical Spark says, as of 2024, the earliest Looney Tunes short still under copyright in the United States. All
Interesting.
feature films and short subject to release 1932 will enter the public domain in the United States on 1st of January 2020. Yeah, we're not far away from that.
Oh, there we go.
Tabitha, this white girl wants an Indian princess. Me, an Indian girl. This brown girl doesn't. I'm afraid they will California. Wes. Oh, I know. Okay, so in the good old days of Disney, I really wanted an Indian princess. I really, really did. But yeah, now, like a lot of people, this new Disney era, I don't want it. It's such a shame because I'm like, man, a Turkish princess or an Indian princess, the music, what a bit. Come on, a Disney Bollywood film? Yes. Who does not
Oh,
want that?
boy.
Who doesn't want that?
That would have been interesting.
It would have been fantastic. Now, some of you, really quickly, back to our dragons, you might be wondering, where are the other legs? Look, easy way to fix that. I wanted to keep this simple, but an easy way, let me switch my cameras again. Oops. Easy way to fix that is to simply, this is a simple way, okay? There are other more professional ways that you can do this, but to keep it simple, just basically mimic what you've done on the other side, just a little bit closer together, okay? Just like so.
Mhm, mhm.
So now you got one. Or you can kinda change it where it's like, in the back maybe. You don't wanna get too crazy. I do recommend doing this, obviously with pencil. But, you just kinda like this one, I accidentally did the leg reverse, but it's okay. He's got it he got issues, okay? He got issues. It's okay. We're not focused on his issue. We're not focused on the issues, okay? But I did go see the Snow White film, and, forgetting all of the political controversy and stuff like that, just say he's an amputee, says India go show. You know what? I should have because it makes for a more fierce kind of dragon, you know? Hey, experiment! 626. That was the Marvels. Um, Tabitha has a skinny neck? No, I don't.
Okay, that was very random.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, when I say Bollywood, I don't mean, like, live action. I don't no. No, no, no. I don't think Americans need to be making Bollywood films. Come on. Let's leave it to the professionals, okay? The people that actually make it work. There's
Oh,
a whole bunch. There's
RRR.
Bollywood, there's Tollywood, and all those
Yeah,
other ones. Let those people have the woods. Let them have the forest of their imagination, and
because
we'll
they do it
they do it
so
better.
well.
They just do it better. Um, yeah, RRR, absolutely ridiculous. I loved
It
every minute.
was. I loved RRR.
That was so
I
good.
love it.
How in the world how in the world are you supposed to make this uber ridiculous macho manly movie and then stick an amazing dance number in there? And it all works.
Everything works.
Indians. That's
They know how to do their Bollywood, man.
one of their many gifts to mankind is making the
Yes.
impossible possible. Oh my goodness. Um, you're the opposite. RRR was meh. Man, I thought
What?
it was
Who said that?
I point him right out. Experiment 626 said it was meh.
How dare you? I loved our
Brahmastra. Now see that one, when I was back on Inside the Booth, we watched that one, and I basically said this movie is if Percy Jackson was the brother of Moses, and they also coupled it together with, oh, I forgot. It was like, to me, it was like, this is like Black Panther meets Moses meets Percy Jackson. There's too much happening here. There's too many colors. I can't do it. It was okay. I wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. What's the best type of pen to ink with again? It depends. I am using currently right now. I am using the Copic Gunson Feud nylon brush. This is fancy. It's from
I
Japan.
can give you two. I can give you one. I use a micron
hang
for
on.
inking.
Let me make the screens bigger.
I really like the micron personally.
Yes.
It's just quality. Costs you $5 each one, but it is quality.
I prefer those ones too. They're much better for detailed work. I'm being very loose and flowing with this. I want to try to get better with this brush. I don't think that I'm probably not doing it right, but that's all part of the fun. I like seeing what happens when it doesn't exactly go according to plan. That's just me. That's just me.
All right, I'm gonna start ink.
What have you done? What have you done?
What have you done? Calgon? No.
Stunning and brave Megatron has just finished penciling browser and moving on to inks. I don't know how. That man's a machine. No pun intended. I mean that like, how? How does he work so fast? I mean, I know we're talking, and so that obviously distracts, and everything. But dear Lord, how? How? But guys, you can see here is our little dragon. Now it's I've put all my little details and stuff like that. You could always go in if you wanted to, and you could put your little scales in there. Just change the sizes, rotate the locations, and all that good jolly wellness. We'll add some scales. Somebody asked me about that last time.
Oh,
Here's
yes,
a quick way to do scales. We're just
remember.
doing basically little happy faces or little commas, And just I'm not making each one perfect.
Megatron has just shared his photo. He wants to make us jealous. He wants to make us jealous.
Megatron, Jesus doesn't like it when you do.
So darn.
You've never seen RRR? Am I missing out on anything? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, DL asked about the scales. So this is just a really let me change the screen again. Again, this is just simplistic, guys. These are just simple things. If I were to really take my time with this, by the way, I gave up penciling this dragon and inking this dragon when I was creating it. And so this already took me like 2 hours. Okay. With no talking and just focusing. And then I just gave up because I didn't want to do it anymore. So so this probably would have taken me like another hour and a half. And this isn't even like my best kind of dragon. I'm actually pretty good at doing the dragons. This was just as fast as I could get out. Okay. Do you hear that? As fast as I could get out took me 2 hours. So just keep that in mind. So some simple shapes, just keep it loose and flowing. Look, what do I always say around here? Fast and loose should be your art style, not your lifestyle. Okay. So we're just doing our little upside down smiley faces, frowny faces, whatever the case might be. It's just giving the indicate, and they're changing size and pattern. It's just giving the indication that there's some texture to our dragon. Okay. Don't got to be perfect unless you're striving for like the realistic thing. And even if you're striving for realism, I myself personally try to make sure that I make myself uncomfortable when I'm making something look a little bit more detailed and more realistic because that is what makes it look more realistic are the imperfections. Our eyes are not perfectly aligned. Our noses are our nostrils are slightly different. Everybody has an ear that's a little different than the other ear. If you
Wait,
make
really?
them Yep. Look at Maria's gonna be looking at herself in the mirror
Now,
tonight.
after this, I'm not gonna be touching my computer anymore. I'm gonna go directly to the mirror.
I have one ear that's a little bit shorter than the other.
Really
I say shorter, like it's a little lower than the other.
interesting.
And then, yeah, like, as artists, you'll start noticing these things about people. And same thing with like your fingers. Typically, at least with mine, my fingernail beds are not all the same.
Oh yeah, well
So
that's true.
yeah, so it's just there's a lot of that. Your toenails don't all grow the same and are not all necessarily the same shape. So it's things like this. It's not bad. It's things like this that make your picture more realistic. That's why when you see pictures of like anime characters and all these wonderful like Japanese art pieces and stuff like that, the reason that there's one of many reasons why they're so awe-striking is because they're perfect, quite literally perfect in the sense that everything matches. The eyes are the same size, they're in the same level, their ears are perfect. So we don't realize it, but that kind of stuff in a way throws us off as to what is reality. We're like, man, this is so beautiful. So obviously color choice makes a huge difference. But when you make it just, like, perfect, it will look perfect. It will look better than real. So if you're trying to make it look more real, make sure you throw a couple of imperfections in there. At least that's what I prefer to do. Psychotic Mongoose is in the chat everywhere, I
Woo!
see.
He's,
Hello.
he's all over the place. What's up, my good man?
He's like, "I'm just built different, I guess." No, I think what it is that Megatron has probably more experience than I do, and also, he just has a better understanding for things. So let's show what he
I
has.
know. Look at that, man. Look
Man,
at
it looks
that.
awful. I gotta be honest. I'm
It
just
looks
kidding.
terrible.
I love the hair is something I have a hard time with. I love the hair. I can just hear it now.
Peaches, peaches,
Like in the
peaches,
games.
peaches,
Oh.
peaches, peaches, peaches.
That's right.
That's okay.
But yeah, see, this is one reason why I don't like doing scales because there's so freaking many, and now I have to do them everywhere. Thanks a lot, DL. Appreciate it. Thanks for the additional work that I must accomplish. Thank you. As if I wasn't already doing enough.
Nope. Never. Never enough. Never.
To me, The Greatest Showman will always be one of the best unofficial Disney movies. It's not a Disney movie, but it's produced like a Disney movie. That to me is like what a live action Disney movie should be like. Memorable, like every song is amazing. You got a powerhouse behind it for every actor. Stunning and brave.
Stop sharing.
But
Nope.
yeah, absolutely. Lots of different theories as to why Disney's making remakes. Who knows? Because, even at the end the thing is with your theory, Maria, at the end of it, Disney is still a corporation. It's still a
Yes.
business.
It's still a business.
So, why would you produce something that's not gonna gain you money?
That's the big question.
Yeah. That's the
That is
question I've been asking for a long time. A lot of people have been telling me it has to do with pride and power, and it's like, okay, but the thing about pride and
No.
power is that you still wanna make money. 'Cause
That's the thing.
the love of money is the root of all evil, as they say, right? So, if you're greedy of gain and power hungry, why wouldn't you produce stuff that makes you billions of dollars more than you already have or ever could need in your lifetime?
And it's true. Disney in the end is a business. They pay salaries
Yeah.
and you would think, well, why are they making such
Crap
bad
movies.
movies? Really? No,
Thanks,
it's
history, for being here. Yeah, but for real, no, you're right. I've been
so.
asking this question for like what the last 7 years?
And for example, Star Wars. This is a typical. It's like, why are they making these really bad Star Wars shows?
Yeah.
Granted, you had the Mandalorian season 1 and season 2.
Amen.
Great. Andor, I heard that it was a really good show. People are excited for the next season. Wonderful. But then you have the Acolyte. And then I haven't heard
Boba
any
Fett.
the Book of Boba Fett, which could have been great, but it was like me. No. Ahsoka, I didn't mind it too much.
Yeah, I'm with you. Was it the best? No.
No.
Like it could have been so good.
But
Like
it
it
wasn't.
had the bones of being
Yes.
really good, and I don't think anybody will ever change my mind. The only reason I watched it was for Azario Dawson's
Yeah.
recreation essentially of Ahsoka. She was like
I
that.
really
That was
liked her
like it
for
was.
Ahsoka.
Wasn't it weird
Yeah.
how like Disney doesn't listen to fan service, right? Except for this one time, like everybody said Rosario Dawson would have made the perfect Ahsoka, and here they are making what we want, but then the show kind of lacklustered. I mean, the whole
Yes.
show was pretty much about that idiotic woman who got on my nerves all the time. What's her face? The one with the purple hair, who apparently is a Jedi and has absolutely no
Oh
force
my
abilities,
gosh,
but then
yes.
I don't know. She's really annoying, and
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
a
like her.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Ezra character, who served absolutely no purpose and was completely useless. But Rosario Dawson, it's like, what a waste. She was amazing.
She is really good as Ahsoka.
She looked so good as
Yeah.
Ahsoka. As I was saying, there
Sabine,
was
that's it.
Sabine. So there was a lot of good bones to the Ahsoka show, but everything was there was really awkward pauses. Did you notice that when they were talking to each other? You
Yeah.
know, Ahsoka, how have you been? And she'd stand there, cross her arms. They stare at each other for a couple more seconds. I swear, I told everybody if he wasn't dead, it's this show felt like it was produced and directed by Alan Rickman. Hey, it is Alec Baldwin's finger in the chat. He never misses. How many Dragon D's? Oh no. You're the first. Probably because my chat knows me, Alec Baldwin's ABF. There we go. Me quick shorten that down. How are you, sir? How are you and yours? Hope you're doing well. Hope your show's going well. A medieval princess movie is easy to do. Disney shouldn't have any trouble doing that. And why is Princess Elanwe the forgotten Disney princess? I guess the Black Cauldron just doesn't have quite the following as the rest of them. Yay, I'm number one. Yeah, that's right, Alec Baldwin. You are numero uno. You are the number one. You are the number one. Nobody can ever take that away from you. Hey, it's Bong Donkey. Hello, saying hail, friends. All right, so I don't have any shading on my dragon, but what I'm going to do is get rid of the lines completely. And then I think what I will do is let Maria have the mic for a second. And I'm going to grab. Yeah, I am. I am going to award you the host of the show for just a little bit as I will grab some markers. I don't feel like penciling this dragon. If I've done it once, I'm not doing it again. Not today, Satan. Not today. And so here we go. We're gonna highlight Maria. Take the wheel. I don't know. Do you need me to ask you a question? Do you have do you have a statement that you can entertain the chat with? She needs some help. Okay. Tell us the story about your dragon and why he has his belly carved out. Go ahead. Tell us, give us the skinny on that.
He is hungry.
Okay, you're a storyteller. Do better, okay? Words are your gift. What are you doing?
All right, so I wanted to do something different, and it sure turned out different than I expected. So actually, I wanted to do like a little bit more of a of a curve in there because I wanted his rib cage more pronounced. But it looks as if he was chopped, eaten in. But he's very much alive. He's very much alive. Anyway, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
He's very I love the fact that he's so consistent with the dragon head that you drew. This is
Oh,
basically a continuation of your dragon head.
yes. That's what I wanted to do, actually. I wanted to get... Now, his head is bigger than the rest of him, which is kind of what I didn't want. But, hey.
I like it, though.
Yeah, so...
He looks like a stomp, stomp, roar, roar. It's time for dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh, no. That's okay.
Because stomp, stomp.
I told you that for 1 week I had that song stuck in my head. And I have to thank you for it.
No, don't thank me. Thank the chat.
Oh, right. Thanks, chat.
Do a princess that starts out as a witch and comes from a witch culture, and she can be the witchress. That's a lot of witches. Who's ready for the Chosen movie?
The Chosen movie?
The Chosen movie?
Really?
Oh, yeah. So I'm not sure why. So there's that popular TV show.
Yeah. Chosen.
The Chosen, and apparently they decided to do a movie.
Really?
Apparently Jesus still hasn't died yet. So
okay.
Spoiler for anybody
Thanks for spoiling it for me. Okay.
who is not familiar with the story of Christ. He does die, but he comes back again.
That's the whole point.
I know that's a spoiler, but it's an important spoiler. So it's the gospel, It's the best. Maria needs a clip for her chat. Well,
I need a clip for my chat. What does that mean?
She's getting monetized, guys. That's why we're watching her. By the way, you can watch Maria's art and chat stuff. Be sure to go over and support her on her channel so that she can get up there and quit her day job so she can be a full-time artist and storyteller and live the dream.
Thank you very much. Oh, and by the way, my link to my Kick is already in my link tree. It's in the description down below. So I'm gonna be gaming some Zelda because I am very happy and very, very, hyped up for the fact that I just passed the 2nd level after many a moon.
I hear that. Yeah. Chat, we got to get Maria on the Sea of Thieves or something, or Murky Divers or something like that.
So you guys most of you know or don't know, you're talking to a person who really is extremely bad at video games, and not because
so am I.
Do you touch the wrong buttons, Tabitha?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah. God, man, Maria, you should watch me play Assassin's Creed right now. Like, I'm terrible. I can't dodge and weave to save my life.
Because it was so funny the other day. I was trying to survive, and I kept pressing the map button, and the map would just come up, and I'm like, I don't want the map. I want to kill these people.
I want to kill these people. That's
oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, to be fair, Assassin's Creed is a little bit more complicated than The Legend of Zelda. Nevertheless, The Legend of Zelda, in its simplicity, because it's not necessarily accurate, is difficult to maneuver. So,
okay, that makes me feel better.
Yes. What color markers do you recommend? Whatever you want. So when you are coloring, here is my recommendation: is to have a light colored belly, because if you think about like crocodiles and iguanas and things like that, a lot of times their bellies are lighter colored, right? And just have it. I would recommend. It depends on if you're going for realism or not. Having a complementary color. So, for example, on the bellies, and I am using my Copic markers, I used the green Bice, the yellow-green 01 for the underbelly, and then I mixed it with a little bit of YG11 Migonet. Who comes up with these things.
Nice. Very nice.
And so that way, because even in a light colored thing, let me get this a little bit bigger, there will be shadowing. So I just
Mm,
did a little bit of shadowing, you know, as it got closer to the other portion of the scales here. And so now I've just gone in and grabbed some other green. I'm sticking with like traditional lizard colors right now. But the same principle applies to anything, is that if you wanted to do blue, try to pick something that's complementary, like a violet, perhaps, or in the green family. You could do that as well, but maybe like a bluish green color. Um, things like that. You could do orange and red. That would be super cool. You could do violet or like purple and pink. That would be
mhm.
kind of neat. If you would look at the color wheel, and you can find it online, just literally type in color wheel on Google and it will bring it up in the images. And you can see where the colors are. And then what you do is you could look at the opposite, look on the other side. So, literally, if I've got my little
Complementary.
circle right here,
Mm.
you would have, like, let's just say pink right up here, and down below would be whatever that color is, because I'm not well versed in the color wheel.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see.
What
Let me
is it,
see.
like green? Is it green?
What is it? What is it? What?
No, hang
What?
on.
Pull it up.
Hang on.
So yellow. The complementary to yellow is purple. The complementary.
Oh, I wasn't
to
far off. It's green. It's green. I was right. It's
well,
green.
red. Red. Yeah, green. Complementary to red is green.
So you could do complementary colors, or you could do adjacent colors. I typically do adjacent colors for myself. So I'm doing green, but I have
Mhm,
yellow, right?
mhm,
You could do green and then have blue,
mhm.
because like adjacent, or yeah, you could even say when I say complementary, I think what I interpret that as colors that make the colors. So for example, your primary colors are yellow, blue, and red.
Mhm.
With these colors, you make up all the colors in the world, right? So if you mix blue and yellow, you get green. Hence, I was saying complementary. You could go in either direction. You could either do blue with green colors or blue with yellow colors, because they all work together. Yellow and red make orange, and so and so and so. Your Essentia. I make body crystal art from trees under the microscope and stream it here. Also following you now. Oh, thank you. Oh, that sounds really
Nice.
cool.
That sounds actually
Crystal
awesome.
art? I don't think I've ever seen that. That sounds fascinating.
That sounds fun.
That sounds really cool. I do think crystals are really pretty.
Crystals are
There's a lot
gorgeous.
of amazing ones. I was following something, or I was watching. I got stuck down the rabbit hole of the
Rabbit
YouTube.
hole.
Yep, of YouTube, and was watching people digging up crystals, and I'm like, "This is amazing that God's world just makes all these flabbergasting things." I mean, my gaster was flabbered. That's just how it was, seeing the beauty of the world. Amazing. Just amazing. This is going a lot faster than my pencil, BT dubs.
That's so good. I'm
What are you working
barely
on?
I'm barely working on inking. I'm finishing up because I didn't know how to do the tail to my satisfaction.
I can't get no
Satisfaction.
Um,
But now I decided on it and it's coming along pretty good. So I just finished inking, like literally right now.
well, hurry up.
What? No.
Well, Maria, if I
Yes.
could, if I could interest you in a game and just, would you?
In what game?
I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, either the Sea of the Thieves or
That'd be fine.
the Murkiness Divers, something like this.
Well, I did ask Tomby for some ideas for free.
Well, sometimes
Free
I do a
games.
competition with Nomi, and we try to find 100 cats.
Really? Oh, that's so fun.
Well, and a lot of those are free. It's like, 100 cats in Italy, 100 cats in London, 100 cats at the beach.
That'd be so fun. Oh, count
I
me
may
in.
or may not have lost a couple of bets saying that I could find the cats before Nomi, and I never did. I kind of forgot what my punishments were. Oh, that's what it is. I had to listen to that Jesus trash music that she listened to. Man, I hated it. She listens to like this heavy metal, quote unquote Christian stuff, and I can't stand it. And I had to listen to her entire playlist. It was while I was streaming. We were playing Fortnite, and I had it in my ear, and I couldn't hear a gosh darn thing, and it was so annoying. Nearly tore our friendship apart, I tell you. That's probably when the couples therapy started. Oh,
All right, I'm done. I'm done inking. Finally.
it's about time.
Sorry.
My dragon. I forgot to put the teeth on my dragon. All right, we're gonna have to do black teeth. That's just how it is. Some of us have cavities while others don't. You know, it's just how it is. Your Essentia says, I feel you. I just like to curate my algorithm with people I vibe with. So following helps for a better
Nice.
experience on the digital quest. Okay. You
true.
are
It's so
not
true.
even wrong. I have totally messed up my algorithm because I don't know. I started watching like some cake stuff. You know, I love watching people that make art, right? But every now and then I like watching something else that's weird or travel related, right? You do that one time and it messes up your whole algorithm, and suddenly I can't find my art people anymore. I now my
It's so
feed is
true.
like flooded full of
So true.
crystals and travel things and weird things and I'm upset.
Facts.
And it's like YouTube. This is not so. It's almost like I need to make another channel or another account that I just let be full of craziness.
Well, what you can
Um,
do is you can actually eliminate the videos that you saw in your history, and that clears up the algorithm. Actually,
it does.
yeah, it does,
Oh.
because it tells YouTube that no, I'm not interested in this. So your history is only your algorithm is based on your history, I think. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm being called out right now, and I
what?
don't appreciate it. Staccato DDS says, "How could you forget about the teeth? That
Oh,
should have been the first thing." You're right.
task,
You're
task,
you're
task.
right. Look, when you're right, but look, I put them in there now. Although now he looks a little buck tooth. I don't know. Something about it is just throwing me off. Not my best dragon, but he's really cute.
Okay, I'm just gonna shade. I'm not going to go into
You heard it here. Maria's gonna throw some shade. All right, I'm gonna, for the first time ever, live on YouTube, use
Ooh.
the chisel.
Ooh. Okay.
Here we go. Wow, this kind of hurts,
That does look
but it works. It's working. It's working. It's getting it done fast. That's for sure.
I think that's the whole idea.
That's the whole ED. There we go. And now we're gonna use the other chisel brush. Great. So magical to vibe with you all here. Let me quickly check out your
Yeah.
channel here.
Thank you so much for dropping by. And you know, Tabitha and myself, we follow a lot of like artists, YouTubers.
We do love us some artist YouTubers.
Hey, I
She's
checked out.
over here on Kick.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna be streaming next Tuesday some donuts, some 3D donuts over on Kick because I don't want to.
I was like, donuts?
Yeah.
Oh, Rhea, this nib. It
What?
Oh, Geo9. It's passing out like G10 did. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no. There's still some in the brush. Oh,
Oh boy.
shoot. I can't not be inconsistent. This
Oh
is
boy.
no. How am I supposed to? No. Ah! Oh, that's so painful. Geo9, what did I do? Oh, may you rest in peace, Vernice Green. All right, do I have another one? I might have to put this on my wish list. I use this
Mhm.
color
A
a
lot.
lot.
I can see that.
Yeah. A moment of silence for Geo9.
Anyway, so what I was telling you.
Ah! Disrespect. Oh my gosh. And my Geo5 is empty too. Is it? It looks
What
like
is the world coming to? The world is coming
it's
to an
almost
end.
like I use my markers regularly. No, this could not be happening. Hang on. We might have. This is not the right green though. Oh, anyway, don't tell us about your donut. Oh, it's dying. My brush is dying. Or my paint. My. Anyway, you were talking about donuts. We were
Yeah.
all listening. Trust me. Man, I got new words. I don't have a color green that's
Dang.
close like that. My ocean green is gonna be too dark. Look at this. Look. Too dark. Alright, I'll just pretend like there's a light shining on him this way. Anyway. Hey, it's a meme of Joshua.
Woo! Some
Very sad.
destruction.
Anyway. Yeah, Russ, thank you for the respect being paid for Green 09. I appreciate that. Anyway, hey, Rolt and T says rip donut. No, the donuts didn't die. My marker did.
So no, here's the thing. So I'm going to be doing some 3D sculpting on Blender next Tuesday, and I'm going to be streaming that on Kick. So check that out. It's going to be awesome. I already started a few weeks ago, so I'm just going to be building off of that. It's going to have frosting. It's going to have sprinkles. It's going to have a lot of awesome stuff.
Maple bacon? What are you?
Wait. Maple bacon? No. That's for the Sugar Shacks.
Have you never had maple bacon donuts?
What is that? How dare you use my maple syrup? No.
Have you never had maple and bacon?
That's not my particular taste. It's
like
sausage. More like sausage and bacon.
You're not answering the question. Have you ever had it?
No, I have not.
Then don't knock it till you try it. It's amazing. It's life-changing. It's the best. Hey, we're Rel and T's two favorite gals.
Ha ha.
There, I see you.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Hey, thank you, Brett. Maple bacon donuts are only for the cool kids. Thank you. Appreciate that. See you, Staccato. Thank you for being here, friend. You are seen, you are heard, and well, keep the teeth whimsical. Keep them clean. It's a real American hero. I assume you're American. It doesn't matter. You're honorary American hero, Staccato. Yes, I tell you. That's just, I'm sorry, just the obnoxiousness of Americans. We think that everybody's American. So if you can speak fluent English. So welcome to the club. Welcome in. I've told Maria she's honorary American. Whether she appreciates it or not, it doesn't matter because it is a badge of honor. So whether you want it to be or not. Yeah, see? Look at that. Disrespect. All right. Everybody hate on Maria. She's Canadian, so she thinks she's special. Look at her. She won't even take the American badge of honor.
I'm speechless.
You should be grateful, but oh well. You know what? We take all kinds here. It's okay. All right. Actually, Maria would make the perfect American because she's a blend. It's true. There's no pure-blooded Americans. There's no pure-blooded Americans. We all bleed red, white, and blue. So.
Oh boy.
It's true. That's our unofficial motto for sure. Maria is American, don't you know? Maybe
Don't you know?
No. Maybe one day. Never been anyone's hero before. Well,
you are now.
You are now. Hey, good evening. Welcome in. We're making the dragons. We're just coloring. So now my greens are all over the place, and I hate it, but it's just what it is. Rest in peace, P09. Your Ascension, are we following each other mutually so we can enhance the algorithm? There you go. You followed Nomi too? You hope she found her dead phone? Well, she found her dead phone, and then she had a.
I remember this.
But what are you following Nomi for? She listens to that Jesus trash music. Look, I love me some Jesus music, just not the trash. Don't tell her I said that. She'll come for me. Don't tell her. No, hopefully this is all up in the air. Don't worry, chat. We'll get back to couples therapy one day. But in the meantime, Nomi said we're quote unquote maybe gonna play games on, did she say Saturday? Sunday? I don't know. You never tell with
With Nomi. And I'm glad she's feeling better.
Why was she feeling bad?
Yeah, she wasn't Nomi she had her emergency thingy.
Oh yeah. Her whole essential life-changing surgery nonsense. Yeah, she's fine.
Nonsense.
Yeah, she's
The
fine.
woman almost died.
Yeah, well, that's what she tells people. I'm inclined to believe that, maybe it was self-inflicted.
Oh, right. She really, because you were probably winning in Fortnite or something.
Yeah, she sometimes
Ah.
she wants the extra attention,
Oh,
and
right.
so that's just, you didn't hear it from me.
Oh,
But
right.
that's just my.
And it's just live streaming, and it's going to be like saying this on the internet, so she can have access to all of this conversation. Right? Okay. Yeah.
Look, I
Absolutely.
shouldn't be sharing the secrets, but she told me. She texted me and said, "Hey, do you think I should stream the surgery?" And I said, "I
What?
think it's a little just maybe next time, but this time maybe just make an announcement, but that's just
That's
me. I
pretty.
think that's a little too extreme. I know anything for the clicks, but I told her don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. So, don't be that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Self-induced dragon tail. What does that mean?
no idea.
So, but yeah, she's good now. She's walking and talking. She's breathing. When she laughs, she doesn't sound like a husky anymore. So it's true.
Sure.
I kind of felt bad after I found out that she needed surgery.
Oh man.
Because I would make fun of her for her husky laugh because it was just funny, right? Came out of nowhere, and then come to find out it was her illness that was causing her. I didn't tell her that. I'm like, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because it was funny, but I hate the fact that was what it was, was
Yeah.
causing that. Sorry, Nomi. No, in all honesty, like she's good. She's been visiting with family and
That's
taking a mini
wonderful.
vacation and stuff like that. So Nomi's good. She's in good places. For now. She was streaming the other day and I got on her case because it was like, oh, so we're just not gonna tell Tabitha that, we're back to streaming, and then she said she was gonna meet up with me, and then
Uh-huh.
and I said,
Mhm.
okay, I have the text messages to prove it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she's like, then she apologized because she realized the error of her ways, as they usually do when it comes to Tabitha. Yeah, but all right, I have not blended the tail properly because I don't have the bright green.
Oh, excuses.
Well, I don't want to.
Excuses.
I don't want to use up all the ink in the markers for this particular tutorial when I might need them for. I don't want to say real projects because, of course, this is for everybody, and I want you to be happy with the things that are great, and we want to be examples to be set forth
Uh-huh.
for you. But
Uh-huh.
at the same time, it's hard to be consistent. I mean, look at the difference in the green on the back of this dragon versus the hind leg. Look at that. I've got Ariel's tail on the back of the dragon, and then I don't know what this is, and then I got Godzilla going on back in here. So
It's great. It's really greeny.
oh, your Essentia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. She didn't get a new knee unless she got one while I wasn't looking or something like that. Yeah. Maria.
Oh my god, that is killing me.
She didn't tell me if she got a new knee or not. I don't know. Hey, people go on vacation for different reasons.
It's true.
Let's just divert away from Nomi for a while. What are your dragons' names?
Fred.
Did you say bread?
No, I said Fred.
Fred. Oh, what a great name. Is that the name that we gave him on the last stream?
I think so.
What a
I
great
think mine
name
was
for
name
a
was Fred,
kid.
and I'm just going to be consistent since he
I
is
love it.
Fred.
All right, guys. What do you think my dragon's name should be? Snoofus.
George.
Oh, okay.
George.
George the dragon. It's a little
George
on the
the dragon.
nose. Isn't that a little on the nose? Considering, wasn't it George that killed the dragon in Wales?
That's why. George the dragon.
Oh, so his parents decided to name him after the killer of dragons. Calypso, says somebody else.
Okay. I thought she said Fred.
Amazon wish list, I'm hearing. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna put that on my wish list. Is my Go9. Rest in peace. But now I've just discovered there's been 2 deaths in the family. Go5 has been sitting in his casket for who knows how long, and I just happened to see him over there. Poor guy. He could have been dead together with Go9. Bless their hearts. Emerald green and Vernese green. I use them a lot. I use green a lot. I do. I probably used it on Zoro's hair. Yeah.
Oh,
Should name him.
Did I show you the end of Zoro? Oh, I have him downstairs. That's sad.
You left your man downstairs.
I did leave my man downstairs.
Well, sometimes you just got to get away.
Mm-hmm.
No, didn't you post it on Twitter?
I think I did. Yeah. Sorry.
Didn't I comment?
That it was stunning, gorgeous, extraordinary. Yes, you did.
And did I not? Do I not have another friend that doesn't pay attention to me on social media? Look at it.
Nomi?
You.
I thought we were not going to talk about Nomi again.
Yeah. Deflection. Okay, so we've got some nice, strong yellow wings. Should name him Biff the Drag.
Biff.
Jim. Hey,
Oh.
he does kind of look like a Jim. Spot.
Do what Maria does. Use green relish on an art piece. There you go. See? Relish.
What?
Yeah.
Relish?
Yeah, relish.
I relish the thought. All right, let's see. I'm just going to start throwing a whole bunch of greens in here. Well, I guess the wings could be a different color. Yeah, we're just doing nonsensical. But guys, I'll be making a shorter version of this tutorial available on the channel at some point in the near future. Of course, you can always just watch this live stream again, but I would like to make that a little easier for you. If you missed the dragon head tutorial, it is available also on the channel in short format. And when I say short, I just mean shorter video, not shorts as in shorts. And gosh darn it, something obstructed my marker, so now he's got a wart. Okay. Well, I did say it's the imperfections that make it realistic, didn't I?
You did say that.
Okay.
Consistency, Tabitha, please.
I try.
You gotta be consistent.
I'm pretty consistent. Pretty. Maria, you are also crocheting. Or your crocheting is amazing.
Oh,
As you essential.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very nice.
Book for the teeth, Dubby the dragon. After Maria apply the green relish, she eats the art piece. Yeah, Maria still won't let me out of the basement, so I have to draw all day in order for her to feed me. I hear that, man. I hear that.
Sorry, I did not extend a formal invitation to Lord Megatron.
Thoughts and prayers. Like, she never extended the formal invitation to me.
I did. You heard me yesterday on the stream.
Well, that's true. Okay, so she finally did after I said something.
So now
after
I
said something.
Can I extend the formal invitation now?
Please, we're all waiting.
Okay, Lord Megatron. Will you grace my channel with your presence on my art stream art and to be continued? I don't know if it's art and chatting or art and tales, but will you grace us with your presence?
Well, he would if you just let him out the basement.
But it's not my fault that he wanted to be there. I just kind of closed the door.
You're like, it's not my fault. You don't know how to handle a doorknob.
No, it's not my fault that he can't open the doorknob. It's making a lot of noise.
You're like, it wakes me up at night, and I don't appreciate that. Oh my word. Okay, let me see here. Let's put the final touches on this. Is there a short video on how to draw the wings? That I leave up to Maria.
Yes,
She
I
was
will.
our wing instructor.
Yeah, I will post up a video of how to do a dragon wing, this week.
There you
I
go.
give you my
Put the pressure on
salamander.
her, guys.
Oh gosh.
There you go.
No.
So, for those that might be new here, Maria and I have been tag teaming our
Mhm.
tutorials. So, today I was doing the whole dragon body, and you can see the two differences in our dragons. Both look like dragons, both look really fun. This was my original one just in a pencil, and I've done numerous other dragons. It's all good as long as it looks like a dragon and smells like a dragon. It's a dragon. Maria taught us how to do the wings the last time. And
Mhm.
then the first one was the dragon head tutorial. And so we have, is it one more?
Yes, we have
One
one
more?
more in which we're going to do another full dragon,
Yes! More dragons, please.
but we're going to do it in a different position. So
Good.
stay tuned for that.
Yes. Because sometimes, obviously, I just kept it with this. Well, I say obviously. So I decided to keep it basically a hieroglyphic kind of stance, just one like a flat dimension here.
Mhm.
So that way you guys could just kind of practice, become familiar with the anatomy, if you will, of dragon and things like that. And then Maria is going to grace us with some differences that you can do with your dragons for the funsies to be a well-rounded individual.
It's going to be fun. It's gonna be
Now,
cool.
I will Maria and I haven't I don't know, did we fully set on that? I will be
No,
out of
not yet.
town. I will be out of town next Friday, and there is no art party. Also, for those that are new around here, typically the last Friday of the month, I have art parties where I get a bunch of artists together, and there's a lot of chaos and having to create something on the fly in that moment. I know it's been 2 months now without the art party. Don't worry, we're gonna be coming back with a vengeance. Gonna be super cool. Trying to find some new artists to join us as well. And some of them are super excited to come onto the show, but just having to get all of that figured out and worked out. But we're going to make an announcement of when we'll come back and be on Maria's channel to close out the dragon tutorials. If you've enjoyed, excuse me, if you've enjoyed the dragon tutorials, please let us know if you would like to see more tutorials. What are you guys interested in? Whether Maria and I do it on our own time, or I don't know, Maria, would you be interested in having more classes together?
Absolutely. It's been so much fun to have, to be with you and doing these art tutorials.
So there you go, guys. So we would be happy to help you guys out. So feel free to give us some ideas of things that you would like to learn how to do, or maybe you need help with. Maybe you started your art journey and you just don't know what to do from here on out. We can help you maybe with colors or shading, or maybe maybe you don't know how to draw the perfect smiley face. We would be more than happy
Mhm.
to help you out with that. And again, if you want to go to my Patreon, link is in the description down below. Of course, if you want to, support the channel, feel free to do that. There are numerous ways, but we do have a free option over on Patreon where you can go to the art chat section for free. And I have a chat open to you guys where you can basically publicly display your artwork if you so choose. Just please keep it clean, keep it family friendly. And then also, please don't treat it like your personal journal or your diary. Talk to your mother, talk to a priest, whomever you need to sort out your problems. And please do not criticize other people for trying. We're all learning, we're all on a journey here. And so don't critique anybody's artwork unless asked for it. Please be respectful, be responsible, be what Jesus and your mama wants you to be.
Oh wow. That's
I
a
know.
lot.
That's a lot. I know, but it's a lot. All right, let me finish off the claws and then I will be calling it a day with our little dragon friend here. One last thing to finish off here, little Jim. I forgot what all the other names were. I guess gonna go with Jim.
I guess Jim it is.
Jim it is. I
It's
am
Jim and
going
Fred.
to I'm going to put oh no, are you telling me this is out too? Not N5. Holy crap, and even the nib is stiff. Oh my gosh. How long has it been since I've used you?
Boy.
Well, there goes
Oh
another
boy.
one. We are falling apart on this channel. Okay, this one works. Dear God. Oh my gosh.
Tabitha is having a a small
Existential
issue.
crisis.
The existential crisis, right?
I don't actually know what existential means. Could you enlighten me, Maria?
Existential means of existence. That you are doubting the existence of your being.
Maybe I'm just doubting the existence of my markers because they're all
They're probably gone.
They're dropping like flies. Makes me sad. Here we go. Let me back this up a little bit. Here is my gem. Oh, Maria did a fine work on. Let's just bring it in here for a second.
What? Ooh, I'm in front stage in Santa.
Now his head is so cool because you have a lot of like these jagged shapes and whatnot, which I love. And it's so consistent with the belly and the knee and everything. But I love the thickness and the design of the wing, like the arm of the wing. That looks so good.
Oh, thank you.
So good.
I wanted to be consistent with the first one, which was this one here.
Yes.
So I already
I
have.
love that.
I had it up here, so just so that you guys can see.
It does. It looks like you continued on with his story there, with Fred's story. And I love it because he looks so much like a goat. Guys, this is what I'm saying. Like dragons can look like numerous other creatures. Mine kind of, I don't know, mine kind of looks like a camel or something. And
look at those eyes. Can you zoom up on the eyes? That's so he
Oops. There he is.
I feel like he's like, oh, I am so above all this.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he hangs out at the mall sipping vanilla lattes and he's just thoroughly disgusted with his parents. Yeah, Fred.
There you go. Fred is the goat.
Yeah, yours is the goat. Yeah, for sure. Yours is. Mine is Fred the goat. That's right. Fred the goat. But they look awesome. They look awesome. Yes, of course they do.
Thank you.
Snaps for the artists. Well, we appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We're closing. We just closed out or whatever on the 2-hour mark, so it's perfect. So you guys saw that our tutorial went by really quickly. To be honest, like maybe it took us an overall maybe half hour, maybe 45 minutes or thereabouts. Not too long. Coloring always is going to take a little bit longer if you want to do shading and some details and the whatnots. If I really wanted to take my time with this coloring, I'd probably be sitting here for another 2 to 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
that's right. It takes a long time. That's why we try to encourage you guys to practice because you're never going to get better at something not doing it. That's just how it is. Well, that being said, Maria, tell the folks where they can find you, what you're up to, what's next on your agenda.
Nice.
Give it out.
So I'm going to be streaming in the afternoon of Sunday. Because I want to start my my following up on Kick, so I'm going to be streaming some Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yeah.
That'll be around 3:30 ish over on my Kick channel. So if you're not there, I think the link to my link tree is in the description below. All my links are all there. So if you could go head on over, click that follow button, I would really appreciate it. And then next Thursday, I am still waiting for a reply, but I'm going to have a guest on Art and Tales or Art and Chatting.
Not me. It's not me.
It's not you yet, but you're out of town. So what can I do?
Okay. Stop defending your logic. Okay. Stop. I can't handle it. I'm sensitive.
So yes, I'm going to be having for a first time round a new guest on the channel, and then some. I think that's it. That on Saturday I'll probably stream some more. But yeah, just find me on Sunday 3:30 ish on Kick, and then next Thursday 7:30 Eastern time, as always. Art and Tales or Art and Chatting. I still have to decide which of the two names, because both names are really nice, actually.
Didn't you have a poll? Didn't the people decide? Do you not believe in democracy? And
I do. It was 60% Art and Tales and a 40% Art and Chatting.
So then
it's true.
So they're going to try to take these. Wait, what then what's the problem? Obviously, the people have spoken. Canadians, I swear, you guys just don't know. You guys don't know how to vote.
Yeah. I mean, don't you know that we kind of, have an issue, Art and Tales. Oh, well, okay.
I love Art and Tales because it reminds me of DuckTales. It just sounds so cool.
Okay.
So
Yep.
that's just
So,
me.
I do have Zelda Link to the Past free if anybody wants to know how to get that. I found a way, so
Be hitting Maria up on the socials for sure. If you want more artwork, go to Maria's channel. If you want some games and artwork, go to Maria's Kick channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to play any games this evening or not. I may save them for tomorrow. We shall see. Currently working my way through Assassin's Creed Origins, but I've got a lot of other things to do as well. Who knows? We'll have a lot of fun and everything like that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, but you enjoy this kind of content. I've got some more videos, pre-recorded videos coming and more art challenges on the way. Always a blast. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out, friends. And again, share your artwork over there on the Patreon. Support the channel if you feel so inclined. Thank you for your ongoing support and for tonight as well. We appreciate all of you. Catch you next time.
In your eyes.